we'll start the meeting.
7:09.
This is the meeting of the Trails Committee. We're doing some projecting tonight, so we have our backs to the camera. I don't see any audience members present, so dispense with the introductions. Secretary Garrett Peterson is not here, and Chris Bryant is acting as the secretary tonight. First item is the approval of the minutes from our last meeting that was sent out by Garrett. Any changes or edits to the minutes?
I did not read them. I didn't get a chance to read them since they came up this afternoon.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Okay, well, we could
Can we defer
that
that to our next meeting?
Yep. Okay, that'll be deferred. So the major thing we wanted to accomplish tonight was to start doing a walkthrough of the MTP application. And I sent some proposed responses. So some I just sent today, but I think Berlin has included them so we could sort of look at them, and I think, the people are free to edit it. Number three, I did it.
You did three,
I think three,
13 and 14, which it is like the equivalent, like if it's not broken up by actual, like the way it's set up in the application. It seems like it starts over. See, so I just figured out which ones you were talking about. Anyway, so we have, that's this is the answer to 13, which is what features, design, and management plans will make this trail suitable for all intended users? Or do we want to start with the first one that you have already done?
Yeah, let's start with three.
Yeah. Okay. And the questions there were,
That's just their proposed answer, or like their model answer, part of the question.
tell us about what you want to do with the funding and why. Oh yeah, you're right. Look at that. We don't need any. Okay. And so once we agree on this, I can pull it out and put it into the formal application over here. I just think it's easier to work from.
Okay, yeah, sure.
So what was the question? It was, what are you gonna do with the funding and why?
It was sort of the general
Summary should describe. Okay.
I don't know how far you- Oh, yeah, you should have access to this.
I think that last,
Mhm.
okay, because they kind of usually goes on to the next page.
Oh, I see, yeah,
Right.
just today, yeah.
Okay, that should be options,
Option,
options.
plural. Let's see, let me double check that you have access.
I can see.
Oh, good. Be able to view as I'm, or edit as I'm in here, so. Or that's the actual, that, you should, I just moved, the clean questions MTP is what I'm looking at right now. So
I don't see that.
okay. I added it today, so maybe that's why it's being. Oh, let me see. We have access to it. What's the email you had given me?
AUCE,
AU.
AU.
Oh, hey, yeah, I have that. You're in here as an editor. You should see it. I don't know why it's not letting me view it.
The application. Well, I'm in this.
Oh, that's here, back out and go into the Monmouth Trail committee folder again. And then it's the clean, that, I think, wait, no, it's really not. You're not seeing it. It should be there. That's so weird. Okay. Yeah, because I added it today. Oh, good.
Strange.
Maybe it was it open earlier today?
I haven't
No?
opened it.
Okay, then I have no idea why I don't look at the was. That's,
You got it now, is it?
yeah. You have both of them now, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you can see, yeah, and honestly too, we could also just start going through this application. We don't have to have it pulled out. I can stick this guy in,
Well, I'm just wondering if we compare it to the example that they have.
Do they want it to be that short?
But it seems like they're saying they want it to be concise.
Mm.
And they want it to discuss more about the actual work that we're doing.
Mhm.
So, like, we're going to have X number of feet of trail. Do we identify that any place?
Yes, we do.
That's a later question, yeah.
Well, I know, but
It says project measurement here. Oh,
I
I see what you
understand
mean.
that in the project description,
Mhm.
it seems like in the sample that they have, they say, we want to build a trail, we want to do this, and we want to do this. It just seems like we're using a lot of words to describe the project. it-
So what-
a lot more than a concise description, I guess. So,
Can we break some of this into other questions?
Yeah.
Some of
there's
it, some of
some
it's
things
probably
actually,
as I did some of the other stuff, it's repetitive,
Yeah.
so I think we probably could take some of the stuff out. Let's go back to the top of the. Tell you what I think after doing the answers to 13 and 14, we might.
Yeah. Oh,
Um,
right.
uh, Okay. I think I would leave those first two paragraphs in.
Mhm.
your summary should describe exactly what will be accomplished with the funding.
And I think that's what. Um,
The town which can hands up the information. Um,
keep going now. So, I mean, this stuff it sort of gets answered again later, you know? I don't know, it's sort of, it's sort of,
Hey, Sean. Hello, hello.
Hi.
I, um. If you wanna,
Can I take a shot at it?
yeah,
Like, but, I mean, it's gonna take me a little bit of time,
okay,
so.
Yeah, if you want, we can even do, you can do the track changes. I believe it, if you switch it to suggestions in the editing corner there,
Okay.
this right here. That will track whatever you changed to this if you're gonna use this as your base.
What I might do that, or I might just, you know, put a couple
Yep.
paragraphs down at the bottom and say, you know, here's an alternative or something.
Yep.
Take it right off.
so,
Yeah,
And then we'll just merge them all together at the end.
so go through. Yeah, let's go through the other ones that you could see, because
yeah,
after I did the answers to 13 and 14, some of it's. I mean,
Gets repetitive.
yeah, well,
Yeah.
they sort of ask why you know, the first one asks why you're doing it, and then it says, like, how is it sort of fit into a plan?
Mhm.
Well, it's sort of, okay, you know, I mean, so you can see sort of,
Dog sign.
so let's,
Actually, yeah. I was joking, but you could.
Yeah.
so let's, you want to look at 13?
Yes, let's do it. All right, so include, wait, sorry. What features, design, and management plans will make this trail suitable for all intended users? That's an outdoor classroom.
so why do you call that 13? Because it was 13 in the previous application.
Because it's 13 in the application.
Yeah, but
It's
our,
not 13 in
yeah,
this application.
it's numbered.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
This is 4.3.
yeah.
Section 4, question.
Okay, well, 13
That's
for me.
really, it goes there, goes, extends,
Uh,
system which extends for a mile, maybe? No.
Which, extends, yeah, would work better.
That's weird that,
That's
that's weird that I had,
I tried texting you. telling
Maybe
you
it was the old application, another, the other grant.
Regional baseball. Same show, so.
Yeah, 'cause I mean, this answers that question, so I think it corresponds.
what's that?
This answers that.
It is, so the numbering's off,
Yeah.
it's the same question.
Yep.
I'll have to figure, I can't figure, I can't figure it. Anyway. Not getting, I'm doing that.
20 Mustangs, 20. Sign it, you just talk about it.
Snowmobilers would be in a section of the trail, right? Does that matter in answering that question? Does that need to be separated out and just saying, shall be maintained by before season use and during winter months? It might not matter because it is true, that trail being built, parts of it will be used for snowmobile.
I did in another section identify,
Okay.
As, oh, yes, you, in the first section, in question 3, you say,
yeah, and then I think maybe. Yeah, the answer to the next one, I again say,
okay.
Yeah, so I'll see it at some point. Now, with regards to the UAT standards, at one point were we kind of like not sure whether we were going to actually be to UAT standards with some of the slopes, or was there there's one section that we said would, right? But was there a part of it that we said would not?
I think the way he the way he developed it was
To UAT?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's in the
Yeah, I
report.
didn't go back to the report. Sure.
Yeah.
We're questioning it,
But I think we were having some issues. It's like, well, if it costs too much money, we don't have to, but then he said, just do, it. You know,
Mhm.
basically, I
Okay.
think,
He basically said we have to build it to that level anyway, and the So
It didn't really
There's
make
no
a difference.
sense in not.
I just wasn't sure
Yeah.
if we were or if we weren't, whether we should call it out, because if we weren't, then I wouldn't want them to be like, well, you said you're gonna build it to the standard.
Yeah.
So,
I
You're not
think
really
it's,
holding up.
I think the design is to,
okay,
it's,
perfect.
that's the way the memo reads, you know, it's just like, I mean,
Identify this project as a priority. Is it part of a plan? Was there community input demand? How inclusive was the process? Provide documentation. Explain. We have all of that and more.
Does it mean it growth of, or is it growth of what?
that's for development.
Developmental growth, okay. It's like
That's-
tree growth.
That's a term they use in,
Okay,
in the plan.
good, okay.
the comprehensive plan, so. I didn't know if we wanted to,
I think that's it. That was part of, and we are gonna attach the comprehensive plan.
it's really,
right?
it's like 260, it's really big, I don't know if we want to.
We don't have to then.
I'm,
We can reference it. We can
yeah,
reference
there
in this
page or
section.
two that we could pull out? or
I think
something
that's
like that?
probably what I might try to do.
Yeah.
I looked at it, it's
Right.
probably a couple of pages.
Yes, last paragraph,
Yes.
input, and then I think it should be from. Right?
Oh, yeah, good. And that we are including, yep, a summary of the survey results.
We need to include the survey,
Yes, which we
Yeah.
have, I have it in,
okay.
it's, so I'll be able to attach it very easily, yep. Exactly.
But yeah, Chris, I mean, if you wanna go back and just sort of see if you could chop some stuff out at the beginning from what's the answers from those others, you know, I mean, some of it, after I did it, I said, well, I did three first, and then I did those other ones, and I said, well, I'm getting a little repetitive, but I mean, I tried to, I guess, make as persuasive a case in that first one as I could, but if we want to.
RSU two is considered owned private.
That's that's my guess. It's public, but it's not owned by the town.
I think it's,
It's public.
I think it's public.
Okay, good.
I would put it as own. public.
Okay, well then, that's what we'll do.
Cause it's a,
Control copy and.
Oh,
That's cheating.
Yeah, I know.
You're like,
I
command symbol.
truly don't know how to make the little, that's why I don't know how to make the square, so I had to copy it.
Yeah, I've done that, I grabbed like a degree symbol online and
Oh,
Fahrenheit or something, I'm like.
I had one time looked up what the quick key for a degree symbol was. It's gone from me, but
Yes, it is.
it's way
There
too
is a
many
key.
numbers. Yeah, you have to do like one of the Fs and stuff.
If we go down to the part with the other uses. What should we put there? So we have, scroll up a little bit, I'm wondering number
Oh,
three,
yeah.
what's that say?
Oh, yeah, we can, I was, what do we
Additional.
want? Gonna be this one.
so I'm just trying to figure out
Mhm.
so this is what I was working on. It was.
MTP grant overview, is it there? Okay. And I got this MTP application from. What's the website, what's the page?
It's the,
It's main doc.
CSA for 2025 projects.
This one does.
Yeah,
Okay, that's a good sign.
is it?
I would think, right?
But it does say the maximum award in the first grant cycle is 250,000, so that seems like this is the right document.
Oh, yeah.
The one that I was,
No, the one that we're looking at here, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm trying to find where I found it off. I know I found it off of here. Application. It's gonna yell at me because I don't have Word and I will not type. Well, no. Okay, this is the one you have, Chuck. But
It's the same one.
it is the same one. Okay. Yeah, part 3. How are you getting all these numbers then?
so
It restarts the numbering system. I don't know where. See, part 2. Yeah, this is the exact same one.
But this has different numbers.
It does. Does this?
It's like your
What's
Your
going on?
document viewer
Yeah,
is doing things different.
that's
possibly.
weird.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
Mm.
strange.
its Word viewer is not,
Sorry, I always keep.
it is an iPad, right?
It is, yeah.
I always keep stuff in me.
Does it just use the preview app?
Yeah, this is just the preview. I can't edit this because I don't have Word.
Yeah, but Chuck's.
Oh, yeah, good
Mac
question.
preview app.
That is so weird. I. Sounds right though, but yeah. So we
Okay, I
are.
think that might explain why I was trying to
Mhm.
explain to Justin where the answer to the
Mhm.
question was. And
And it wasn't.
we were not communicating. I thought it was him. So it turns out it's me. I'll have to go back and look at his question now.
That's awesome.
Chris, the, all right, so let's go, actually, so why don't we wanna walk through the,
I think that my battery was low, but yes, it was. Question 5.2. Maybe we could answer from stuff that's section 5.
Yeah,
5.1. Maybe we can. Who designed or will design your project? Maybe we can just pull some of that from that first section that you wrote. Or we
OSI.
can say
We
OSI
could blow
did a
OSI in.
review and then
Projects.
did all that
Have
stuff.
those questions. Oh, yeah, I do. Yes, who designed or will, yeah, I agree. We can talk about OSI down here. See what, it was this. Probably some of this here. I'll just copy this. I won't.
so you know
I
what?
won't cut it.
It might make sense to go through the whole thing, answer all the questions, then go back and, to look at that one, see what we've answered elsewhere, and then we sort of
Mhm.
edit that, you
Oh,
know?
pull it out.
Yeah,
Remove
yeah,
as the
yeah.
after.
Mhm.
Okay.
So,
Working between the
So-
pages and helping anything. Yeah, okay, so let's answer.
so let's start from, you want to start from the topic, so that
Sure.
we could, some of it we could plug in right now.
I don't know. Yeah.
This doesn't have all, it only has, so let's start up here and then we can really start from the beginning, it's fine. Like, I felt a little bit of it out as in felt that out. And Monmouth, Maine and our area code.
Nice.
And then I was like,
Nicely
okay, I'm
done,
done.
nicely done.
Thank you so much. I don't know who our primary contact executive, you're the,
Well,
yeah,
I think we probably, it would go in under the towns.
Okay, so
Or
Monmouth,
maybe the executive officer would be
Justin.
but then the primary contact would be you,
I think we probably could do it that way.
probably.
okay.
Yeah, so you could put organization name, I think you probably town of Monmouth, and then you could put maybe slash Monmouth Trails Committee.
Okay,
Or should you need a file under something in there too?
No, they're not. They're not. No.
and then it would be
Next
Justin. His last name?
Poirier,
How do you-
Poirier.
The title?
Town manager.
How do you spell your name?
COHN, John,
C-H.
ARLES,
Mhm.
COHN.
Oh. Okay. And then, what's your title? Just.
President Trails.
Uh. Email.
Actually,
What's your fanciest email?
I'm trying to think if we should have the county.
Oh, possibly.
It says primary contact, though, so up to you.
Okay. You already got it. something.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. It's perfectly good. How do you spell that though?
RHODY, 76.
76. X.
Gmail.
Yeah. And then mailing address, probably the town office? I don't
I think so.
know, right? Yeah.
I would think so.
Okay.
So what is that address? Do we-
I don't know.
All right. Don't say that. It will use just.
It's called, sorry.
Oh, like, yeah, trying to edit your number, all good then.
And then I guess, should we use your number? Or do you want to use the town's number?
The tax ID number? I
Or
think
no,
was-
the telephone, not tax
Um,
ID, which oh yeah, I have no idea what that is.
Probably,
That would be the town.
Mhm.
you could use mine.
These are just samples of what's
Okay.
that.
Ready.
Stopped it. Vehicle.
7. Is it 2 instances?
Yeah, 441, 447.
They all.
4, 4, 4,
They've got metal ones that this.
yeah, we'll have to maybe back.
Those are right,
We
though.
could type it.
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know.
I was gonna say RSU
Shocking.
too.
RSV two.
Uh,
Metal and plastic, nothing.
Right.
But you're fine.
I use the
Yeah, the number
Number.
symbol,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
I think I would say like Monmouth slash
Monmouth.
RSU2. Something like that.
Yeah, so it's a collaboration.
Yeah, and maybe we call it accessible trail
Mhm.
instead of just plain trail or.
What's on the report? Is there
Right.
something on the OSI report that would describe that better, or that would
Or
be?
it- I think
They
it always
called
called
it the,
RSU too.
they called it the RSU two trip, that's why. I just used it, trying to be consistent with
That's
that.
what
I guess we don't, do you think we need the slash? Or just the Monmouth art? Well, I don't want, I don't know.
Ours to credit for it, but I don't mind where I just put on.
Mhm.
I would, yeah, so they call it RSU number two,
Accessible.
trail system.
I would still leave Monmouth in there. I just don't. I don't like the idea of only
Yeah,
associating it with the school.
well, it's just their land.
Yeah.
It's more so the descriptive.
Hmm.
Project,
So.
Oh, sorry, category, here you go.
construction, yeah,
Yeah.
okay, 3 is.
Yep, which we have in the others.
Okay.
Municipalities, it's.
Monmouth.
It's just Monmouth, yeah, that's cool. Okay. And then what's our district consent district?
Oh,
Not a Monmouth. Where's the,
okay, about that.
I think it says that in here, does it? Of course not. That would be useful. It will say it somewhere on the name. About, is there an about page here? I know, where's Kent?
Siri, what state senate district is Monmouth, Maine in? 14 states.
What about house?
Siri, what house district is Monmouth, Maine in? Siri, what state house district is Monmouth, Maine?
57, I think. Senate. So,
Cool.
Project measurement, I gave that to you before. 56, oh, yeah, 57. What's that? I'm showing 56. You got 57 now? I just say you don't. Randall Greenwood, currently serving his 4th non-consecutive term representing House District 56.
Greenwood? Isn't it, no, Hickman is our
Senate.
Senate. I don't know, yeah, I guess Greenwood's up.
Project measurement is 6,890.
yeah, actually, it does come up as 56, Whitfield, Monmouth, Wales, underneath when I clicked on the link, but for some reason. The summary was showing 50. Oh, maybe 57 was Reed Field.
Oh.
When,
I see, okay.
sorry,
Alright.
good catch, Chris.
That. Looks good. Whatever. Fine. Okay. I don't know why we would need any more description here. Yep, local,
67, right?
What is the geographic?
56.
scale? That's the checkbox there.
number
Number 6,
six.
local, okay.
Perfect.
Gotcha.
That's a lot of districts. Uh-huh.
Request amount. They just want the number. How much are we asking for? Ooh, very nice.
226,314.
Is that total or is that minus what we put, in the in-kind part of it? I forget, not the in-kind, but the matching part,
That includes
the matching part.
the design. Design
Oh,
study.
okay.
Right.
Oh, good. So that's all.
23 and
That's
then
okay. That's
3,000 for the
inclusive.
design.
Okay.
Okay.
326.
How is this land? Okay, and we decided that it's public land.
Right.
RSU, yeah, that's
Yeah.
public. And then you answered that, but that's
Yeah.
over and,
Any
oh,
commas and decimal points in that? No.
definitely, yeah, it's.
Decimal,
Uh,
zeros.
I don't think we need that.
Point dot dot, point zero there.
I don't know.
I don't think we need the 0.00, but the comma would be good.
Okay, we'll do the comma.
In some countries, the comma is a decimal point.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh,
I've
gosh.
seen that when I foreign exchange food come, they put commas.
Oh,
Instead
that
of
would be
decimals, I'm like,
Oh, really?
yeah, what is this? That's, everything's out of place. Like, what?
Yep, And then, do you currently have rights to develop this property? I didn't know the answer to that.
So it's,
What holdings do you-
We have
yes,
to put a
via
trail
you.
on it.
Yes, via.
Okay, great.
So what does it say? Tell us about the term of permit, whether it is renewable, and if there is a history of the same permit being used in the past. Got a copy.
Okay,
So
so we have
that
to
we have,
describe
to-
our.
we have to, we have to, yeah, fetch that.
Yeah,
Use the fees if any. That we,
What do we have for permission from them right now? What is the agreement?
we don't have anything. I mean,
not a written one.
we don't have a written one.
Trying to remember if we like fired back an email saying this is what.
No, we never, I need to get some to that, that's
Okay.
still something. User fees.
User
none.
fees, no. Free. Single. Oh, yeah,
Uses.
hiking for sure.
Hiking, yeah. Mountain biking, yeah.
Yeah.
So, what single, so that's just one.
Oh, what?
Only one primary use for the trails. just-
Yeah, well,
So
it's
like, so we'll
hiking.
have to say. Hiking.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
What
then
additional, now we can get
So now you can go mountain biking.
sure.
bicycling.
Well,
Snowboard.
I don't know that you can bicycle on it. What's the difference between mountain biking and bicycling?
Oh, good point.
Well, I guess.
Well, I guess
This
you
is
could. I
great.
guess you could.
I mean,
If
it's
you're
not
on a
like-
gravel bike, like-
Right.
okay, bicycling's cool. I could see dog sledding happening in the wintertime.
Did we include it?
If Nordic skiing could happen, I could see dog sledding possibly. Well, I guess we never talked about it. What does that mean?
Get Tom and Andrews out there.
Oh, yeah, you've been flying.
Sky's nuts. I've had her hooked up
Okay.
with skis the time and she's.
Yeah, I don't even doubt it.
So go.
Go, yeah, she pulls.
That's
Crazy.
Top
that's
shelf.
called.
Ski-
Touring.
ski Touring.
Touring,
Ski
yeah.
touring. That's not up there, but, oh, it could be under other.
Horseback riding.
I don't know how to spell it.
Yeah, I don't think we would actually have, I mean, it's possible we could have dog sledding, but.
I mean, it's just a trail. If people are packing it down with their snowshoes and skiing on it, then they can,
It's.
we never did talk about whether we're grooming them or not.
No.
With regards to the RSU property, did we say that there probably wouldn't be horseback riding? on that property?
On the, well, on the,
On the RSU.
on the field loop, yeah.
We ride it now.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think we could see what they say.
Yeah.
I put yes for horseback riding.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
Cool.
We should put canoeing and kayaking, because I've walked back there sometimes. That's what we're trying to avoid. That's what we're trying to
Don't
avoid.
say that, no.
Building it specifically so we don't have to.
Okay, and then this you already answered that. And we already answered this one.
Shot for ducks.
All right, so now we have who designed or will design, which is OSI.
Right, and so Garrett was supposed to get the qualifications. You can get qualifications straight off the website.
Oh, yeah, yeah, we
They
know
have a bio
what
for Steve.
Steve's
Oh, okay,
yeah,
Right on.
oh, okay, good,
experiences.
okay. So it just, we'll
So-
grab that.
OSI designed what we asked them to design? Is that all that needs to be said there? Because we kind of laid out, these are the trails we're using, so that's kind
Yeah,
of
but
the design
they
too.
Yeah,
So I just wonder if they want to see more than just like who told them to design.
right,
I don't
well, I think we have that,
It is covered, it is
Yeah.
covered, you're right, you're right.
I think,
The box is checked, we're good.
yeah, I think it's just simple, don't overthink this.
Right, okay, got it, got it.
It's like who designed it, OSI designed it.
Yeah. OSI is making it a sustainable trail that
No, it's
requires
gotta be
minimal.
another. Outdoor stewardship.
Yeah, you want
That's
outdoor
different.
sports.
Oh. You gotta up their Google search.
Yeah, you should call it Outdoor Sports Institute and then.
All right, here's our guy.
Yeah.
I could just copy this. I'm gonna copy this over for now. Should I include his contact information as
Sure.
well? And we can break it down. I'm gonna put it on the clean question though. Cause I know I have it in here. No. Ooh, it's on. Yeah, everywhere.
Oh, cow.
All right.
I think we should have an introductory sentence there that
Okay,
says
what's
that we contacted OSI to assist us with development of a plan for this trail. And maybe that's it, the designer that we worked with was Steve Cassese.
Yeah. And we contracted with them, so.
Right.
I'd say we contracted that kind.
Trail. To advise
To-
design.
I'd say contracted to do a feasibility and study if feasible.
The contracted, you said, to the contracted.
Yeah. I can't do this.
No pressure, no.
Oh,
Otherwise,
on. And I'm getting rid of all that. There we go. I can only start words. I can't end them.
should we change out one of the studies?
Yeah, definitely. That looks redundant.
To do it, to provide a feasibility.
Feasibility and design study. Much.
Yeah, that's good. Design, I guess, suppose we can say. Feasibility study and design.
Oh, feasibility study. Yeah. Okay.
Design for a multi-use trail.
The multi-use trail design.
Oh my God, whatever. Doesn't know what I mean.
A multi-use trail on.
I dash.
I've looked at it too many times.
Put a
You got it.
put a hyphen in
Hyphen
it.
in there.
Oh, that's what it is. Oh. Yeah. Okay.
And you could say, I mean, you could say Steve said too. Before.
Comma brings Steve.
Well,
forward.
that I would say, we could say his qualifications.
Mhm. We keep this information or? Yeah. We can always cut some of this out too. We don't need them to have all that. Important. Design check. Who will manage the construction?
That was a. Yeah,
It's
so-
weird for
so-
them to include that when they explicitly say you can't have a
Oh,
Are we supposed to be the manager?
Yeah, I think,
That's the question.
yeah, I think it's,
So the Monmouth Trails Committee?
I think I say, the construction, the project construction will be managed by a team consisting of members of the Monmouth Trails Committee.
Where
Is it the town manager and RSU too, or just the town
RSU.
manager?
I don't think the RC2 is going. I think it's us.
I'm just wondering if it comes when the maintenance question comes up. RSU should be in there other places, because the maintenance, like, they might have something to do with the maintenance. With rails. Forget where we left off on that.
Got
conversation.
guidance or,
Like, are they gonna mow them once a year?
right?
I'm not sure.
I think we could say, that, the. What's the title of my? Facilities.
Buildings and.
Facilities and
Buildings and grounds.
Buildings and grounds. The buildings and grounds manager.
Guy.
Buildings and grounds.
And the RSU.
He is building and grounds.
Buildings and grounds manager will also oversee work to ensure that the work is being carried out consistent with project design. What's the question again? I thought I was gonna.
Project
fluff it up.
management.
Director,
is-
he's a director,
Okay.
director of buildings.
Oh,
and grounds.
director, okay, good. Maybe I'll capitalize them since it's his title.
Describe their experience. So I was gonna say for experience. And, members of the committee and the town manager have years of experience overseeing.
This
I
group,
think we're repeating at the beginning of the project. The project construction will be managed by a team consisting.
Right, I think
Town manager, RSU2, building grounds.
oh, yeah,
Did you say will oversee work to ensure you're already saying
Yeah.
that above when you say manage?
yeah, we honestly could probably cut out all of this, right?
Okay. Yeah, okay.
Unless we wanted to have.
Unless you want to define the word manage. You know what I mean?
So I mean, I think there's a difference in the sense that I think. We're gonna be. Doing more of, management also, it's so management in terms of budget and spending. There's, making sure that they're spending the money
Right.
properly and they're building, they're giving us the correct invoices. So that's,
Doing the trail as the design says, because a contractor might not know what turnpiking is. So who's gonna be looking at that and make sure the contractor is properly building the turnpiking, the bridges and the, all that stuff. I guess that's what they're looking for, right?
In project,
so I think there's probably a couple things that we're looking for. One, I think is just for the project administration in terms of making sure that the money is being spent and sort of invoiced appropriately. And then there's the construction part in terms of
Making sure.
the technical aspect
Right.
that they're meeting
Okay.
what we put out for the RFP, The. Did Steve say he would do anything about that on that?
Is he gonna come back and say, does he come back and say, yes, I like the way this is
Good
going?
job, guys.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
No, I don't, try to, I just wanna, he said something about, I just wanna see what he said about. Track stuff. He talks about sort of contract administration. He talked about the RFP process.
I think that they just want to make sure the project is going to keep going forward, keep momentum moving forward, so. Who's going to be pushing the buttons? Who's going to be making sure it happens?
Right, yep, and
Good.
providing documentation, which is why I said record keeping, although there's probably a nicer way to say that. But I know they want receipts as things move along. And I feel like this is a nice group to list because it's three different groups that all have stakes in the
I think
project.
yeah, I think that's quite fair.
Yeah,
Let's drive their experience. That still comes back to that. Town manager obviously has experience dealing with
Construction, I mean, it has, you know,
with
ample.
large projects.
Yeah,
contracts for the town.
yeah. I think, although I mean, we have, I mean,
Trails.
I have experienced, you know, administering, you know, contracts on the RFP grants and making sure that work is done in compliance. You know, the RFP. So,
I don't have experience in that, but I don't.
yeah,
I
I mean,
don't
I
feel
can
like
say,
I
it's
haven't either.
overwhelming. or
I can say that, I mean,
I can't say that
I can say that. So,
Yeah,
so. Um, you know, like I said, the town manager has extensive experience administering large construction contracts. Uh, Showing compliance with all the Ps and.
Do we know what Randy has for experience in project management? I know like when Gordon Murray was in there, I mean, obviously he kind of oversaw a lot of the stuff, and I know he had a pretty good background with overseeing big projects,
He is
but
coming from.
I don't know about Randy.
I guess he was a police officer once, and then he was working at a retirement home as a maintenance guy, or doing this at a retirement home, so
Gotcha.
he's got building and grounds experience, managing his employees.
Gotcha.
So.
managing employees in your own projects. is
Yeah.
one thing, but
Right.
managing
I know Gordon seems to
external
be pretty,
contractors and.
pretty on top of
application
things.
process
He was good.
and all
Yeah.
that.
I'm using a lot of the same words. Worked on. Yeah, whatever projects
Managing,
or managing.
Also managed, I think that's fine.
And
Or
Serious.
RFP awarded contract.
uh, I wanna do the record, mention the record keeping. What is it? There's gotta be a smarter way to say this. I'm burnt out. Um, uh, documentation. Guidelines, I mean, we keep minutes, that's what I'm trying to juice up the fact that we have to keep minutes for the committee, but it is record keeping, it counts. I don't know, it's probably unnecessary.
Responsibilities.
But yeah, yeah, it needs to be messed around with.
Yeah.
So, under Justin, would we put that as well? Maybe large scale project management, documentation and contracting or something like that? Just, or, I mean, obviously he needs to maintain.
Yeah, and document, yeah.
I don't know, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think it's, I mean,
Documentation and contracting. I'm not
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, because contracting is its own thing.
I would say the town manager has extensive experience in um, maybe,
Mhm.
I was gonna say experience in contracting, but maybe that's
It's
Contracting.
Contracting,
what he does.
contract administration.
contract administration,
comma,
uh,
large scale project management. And
Um,
and
like, and review,
compliance documentation or something.
and reviewing compliance.
like this.
But before maintained, just say have. Oh, that's fine. I've also managed.
Which way?
That's good.
Want to move on to the next one, or
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. who will build the trail? And we don't know.
And I think we just say that we will put this out to some sort of
Contract.
bidding process. Public bidding process.
Maybe just say external contractor, I would put out to bid or something.
Yeah, will be selected pursuant to.
Oh, boy, all right, which one
Be
do we want?
completed by an external contractor,
Selected.
selected by via
Competitive RFP.
Maybe we say by a qualified external contractor. No,
Oh, yeah, at the front.
Does that work with the bid process? I mean, if we get a grant for a certain amount. That is the bid, right? They can't go over that anyway. Can they?
Well, they
we don't
could
have
go
to pay
on.
'em. They could go under.
Okay.
If they go over, then it might
And
limit what
and
we can
because of
do.
how much money it is, it would have to be a multiple, right? It can't be a sole source situation.
Right, I mean,
Or is there any requirement? Probably not at the town level.
I don't think there's a, minimum number of bids required, but, um. Hopefully. Yeah. It's enough bids.
Yeah.
That was a concern.
Yeah, you mentioned that Doug was concerned that
Yeah, that,
limited contractors in many projects.
but
This is an
One
easy
step at a
one.
time. Yeah.
says to the trail.
This is beyond the scope of a lot of local guys.
Huh?
This is beyond the scope of a lot of local guys. There's some experience doing that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Is it called universal accessibility?
Definitely have some pretty talented, like, local contractors. I just don't
I
know.
feel like Ranger could
in
handle it.
terms-
I could use that big hunkin', that hunkin' thing. I was,
Right on a dirt road and
I
it's
was
not.
describing that to.
A yard or.
Those the guys doing the road?
Yeah, Ranger, yeah.
I have a friend who used to work for Red Pearson. Engineer, I was sort of describing what's going on, said, they're using this big thing and
Mhm.
he sort of knew, I said, what do they do that for? He said, it's basically so, like, the thing doesn't collapse on the people
Oh,
doing
jeez,
the work.
that's scary.
He said there was a project in Cape Cod where they didn't do that and
Oh, my God.
collapsed.
I need a little sandy down there.
It's just, it's.
Yeah,
it's
that
sandy.
trail doesn't self-sustain itself.
It's sandy, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's scary.
So prove access to this trail.
Yeah, we're doing that. We're killing this section.
So yeah, I think you could say the trail will be designed to universal accessible. Yes.
Is it universal,
Universal,
accessible? Yes, you're right. I think so. Yeah, we're doing that one right. Mm.
Do we need to, on the previous one, do we need to talk about that anymore? What was the description of the question again?
Oh, sorry, yeah. I need to plug this thing in. I think it's gonna die.
Do we need to say anything about? Working nearby or? We need to say anything about,
that. So.
yeah, I know. Do we need to?
There should be another plug right there in that orange board. Oh, it's like.
Don't even have to get up. This is nice. What a nice setup.
They assuming there's already a trail that exists and this is improving it?
See, that's a sort of it's sort of a weird question, because I think that's the way it's. It's sort of worded like that, that we're providing access to an existing trail, you know? But then it talks about accessible trails afterwards. It's sort of, it's.
We could just write designed and modified, because I mean, there is somewhat of an existing
There
trail
is,
there
a lot
and
of
it
it
will
is
be
supposed to be there.
modified to,
Because we're saying it's new.
I thought it was supposed to be a trail. Yeah, it's supposed to be a new trail, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just, I'm thinking back on, so I seem to remember a discussion about it being a new trail.
Yeah.
Because there's a big difference between what they're funding. They want new.
Right.
But you know, it will improve access to that resource.
Yeah.
Because right now, it's really hard to get out in the woods because there's no trail.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're just bushwhacking if
Right
you're.
trail. Okay, yeah, so
Yeah, I
the
mean,
trail is
we-
going to provide access to this whole
Yeah,
multi-ecosystem environment that currently has minimal access.
yeah, yeah.
Kayak has.
Yeah, so you could say
Kayak
the trail
access.
besides the universal access standards, the trail, will make accessible.
Areas of the,
Yeah.
areas that were previously difficult to reach.
Yeah. Wooded and natural, could say,
Yeah.
make accessible wooded and, other natural areas which were, previously,
Easily accessible.
yeah.
Yeah, that's better. Health trail managed after completion. Located. Describe the existence of. Oversight. Describe the existence of depleted maintenance funding.
Let's
That's
put that one on the,
Yeah.
let's put that one on the, in the parking lot.
Let
Let's take, let me take a run at it. Then you could, it needs a little bit of,
deal.
yeah, it needs a little creativity.
All right, so. We have, each project must be reviewed by the following main agencies to ensure it does not have an unmitigated negative impact environment. We have, respond to any suggestions of impact by IFMW, MAP, HPC, describe how you will mitigate these. All right, so we have these letters, which I was calling them, but these are our responses, which I don't know if everybody's had a chance to look at these.
Yeah, I think of.
Yeah.
Did
Yeah,
they say bat species?
yeah, because all
I have
bats
not-
are endangered, but our department does not anticipate significant impacts. Uh, we could get some bats, we could make impacts, positive impacts. The event the approach trail is found to intersect with such features, we have any burn up holes, yeah, which makes sense.
Our backs were endangered
Uh-huh,
because of the fungus.
yeah.
And stuff.
Mhm. Oh, yeah, see, so state endangered, state threatened, species of special concern, they're basically all,
But they're not saying that they know of anything.
right, yeah.
So I think so go back to the question, I think it's all, I mean, I think there's nothing,
Yeah, I don't think we had any.
no negative impacts were identified.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that's- Right?
Yeah,
We don't care about the letter from.
See,
um,
I guess if it identified things that we need to at least think about,
or, yeah, I mean, they
then
did,
we should say that.
it did say, that we want to elevate our boardwalks so that amphibians and small animals can move. And then fish habitat, obviously, there's gonna be none of that. So basically, the only thing we recommend that 100 foot streams.
We don't have any vernal pools. I mean, we have wet areas, but I would
There's wet
not
areas,
call
but the
those
wet areas are most, not a
Right.
pool, and the wet area, and other wet areas that have cattails and stuff are not where we're building.
Right, which is all that really.
No, and then there's the holding ponds, which not natural anyway, so it's kind of irrelevant.
Yeah.
So the only thing is, and we're not putting, are we even putting in boardwalks? We're not, we're bog.
There is a
It's-
board.
There's one? Okay, and we can say,
Or bridge, or-
we're explicit, yeah. We will. It was recommended.
Any of the wet areas are things that have been previously been adjusted, like they've been previously designed, they've mowed or rearranged by us. It's not like a natural vernal pool sitting in the woods that we're dealing with.
16 is the boardwalk.
Closest would be the snowmobile trail.
So.
It's plenty wet when we walk there, but you rarely see like a standing pool of water. Yeah, I guess you. Maybe, but I wouldn't go back there to listen for frogs in the spring. I don't think that that's.
That's not the
That's not the
spot.
habitat.
Yeah.
Right. The only place you really have running water is where that like pipeline came down through, and other than that, I don't.
And we're going over the,
So,
Maybe that's a nice map.
said. Boardwalk is designed. On Trail 101, beginning at station. Boardwalk may require engineers approval. For certain project. But that said, I have a vague recollection about. The engineer approval.
they're talking about like footers on the boardwalk, or it's so long, you have to make sure it's designed to support. Be like pylons in the ground every so often, I don't know.
Missing, I feel like I'm missing one. Oh, no, it's this one. Yeah. It's just not a PDF. And no rare botanical features will be used.
So what they say about the boardwalk?
It just mentions that. Which we're doing anyway. In the event that the proposed trail is found to intersect with such features, vernal pools or anything like that, we recommend that the trail be rerouted around any vernal pools. Additionally, we recommend that any bog bridges or boardwalks and wetlands be elevated to allow for movement of amphibians. They're not, they are sort of elevated.
They won't be flat on the ground.
Right.
I don't believe.
The boardwalks.
If they were, they shouldn't be a boardwalk.
Yeah, they're just
Right.
gonna sink right in. So, yeah, so we're doing what they're saying
So I
already.
mean, you could say, you could say that there was the one. Requirement they put on was that boardwalking should be elevated. And, you know, that would be done consistent with.
Give us an animal size, when you say elevate the boardwalk, talking about like.
Right, where you look
Does the muskrat have to go under there? Does the raccoon have to go under there?
I think
Does
this
the
is
frog have to go under there? Yeah.
Amphibious.
Just, that probably is all I'm talking about, because the raccoon can walk up and over.
Right, well, it's amphibious, what's it?
Can the fish swim under there?
Amphibian would be
Frogs,
salamanders.
salamanders.
Turtle.
Our best guys, turtles aren't amphibious, those are reptiles.
Oh, Chuck.
Oh my goodness.
I have to go back to bio class.
Sean's gonna have a class out there. For
Yeah,
us on the trails.
oh, I would love that.
You really good skin, but.
I see the amount of turtles by your.
Have you seen a lot on the side of the road?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're,
I haven't
they're
seen them, but I saw
nesting.
3 today as I was driving other places.
Oh,
Yeah.
it stresses me out so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you see a big turtle in the middle of those.
Mhm. Just hope somebody stops. One, I saw one over by the transfer station, and as I was leaving, I was like, I should move her off. And there was already 2 cars stopped to move her. So I was like, people are good. This is a
Yeah.
good town. This is great. Yeah.
Trust the bike radius, then.
Oh, yeah, you need a stick to just push them along.
So I think this was good.
Yeah.
Let's.
Oh, yeah, we got
let's-
a lot
let's-
done today.
Let's sort of
Okay, we
call
won't
it for
keep, we're
tonight
not gonna
and
keep.
sort of, so, I mean, I think we've got a lot there.
When is it?
September?
And I think the biggest thing really is, two big things. I gotta finish the. ABCD. And that question about the. Sort of gonna require just a little. Yeah, it's gonna be sort of
We're gonna do that.
a little BS. We're gonna be. Really?
Yep.
I mean, that's what it is.
Day of caring, so we have the day of caring. That's
We
once a
have,
year.
we have the money set aside. I think the biggest thing is we have the money set aside
That's important.
Town money.
from the.
If, yeah.
The tip money. I think that's big. I mean, I think that's
Okay.
a big part in our favor.
Who's gonna be the main, who's gonna be the? Who's gonna be
Or
the,
no,
the person that does the maintenance? TIF money will get you supplies. Does TIF money pay for that guy?
Tip money gets you, well, you have money and then you could either hire people
We'll probably contract out.
Yeah.
Significant maintenance.
Yeah.
Small jobs.
Yeah, I mean, small jobs, I think.
any of
We
us
might
would be
even
happy
be able
to
to
go
get
out
the
there.
town.
That's right, I think we should
the
talk to
school.
Ken about that, about like what the town.
Yeah.
In terms of. Would
Like
they,
if they need to haul in some gravel to replace something. the
or,
town maybe.
yeah. Or even, go out and cut some trees and cut.
Yeah, I see trees and grass being the main
The
problem.
trees,
Trees
trees are,
falling,
trees are huge, that's.
There's a lot of great purple trees out there.
That's that's the worst.
No root system.
And they
just
just
stop.
break up, yeah.
So. Yeah.
So I'll
I
close
think
this all out for now.
That's
we'll take a run at, I'll take a run at it. That's a.
That's legit.
Yeah.
I like it. Yeah, we got a lot done tonight.
Sorry, I was late with a baseball game on that, so.
Yeah, so. it's good.
Speaking of
Regional,
being.
yeah, high school regional.
Can't
Yeah.
help it.
Never
Isn't it
guess.
cute?
That's good.
So they're gonna be in the States,
6-3, yep, they're in the States on Saturday.
that's great.
This
Back down at
Saturday?
St. Joe's,
They won states last year.
yeah. 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Oh, I remember
Wait.
that.
Yeah,
2 years ago.
That was loud. Them
Oh,
coming home.
yeah, Main Street there, yeah, that was loud.
Two things before, or at least one thing before.
Oh, yeah.
The messenger. Article. Do on June 22nd.
Okay.
Do we have anything? I couldn't think of anything. Is there any updates from the? That we want to do on the trail?
Is it open over there?
Or not really?
Dave went through it the other day. Yeah.
It's. Hasn't been hard.
Right.
I haven't
I
put up
can't
the
go
last
back.
couple signs.
No problem.
Yeah, and I haven't put up the last, I wanted to put up a couple more signs to
Thanks.
tell people to
That was helpful.
not.
Let's plan on doing that again.
Okay. Peters.
On the first.
All right. Yeah, I'll keep bringing that to them.
Yeah. Trying to think if there's enough to put in a. Messenger. They do a lot of repeat stuff and then just say, it's still wet and it's not mowed, but
Yeah, it is available.
yeah, make it, 'cause before it was kind of, I think the last time we put something out there was closed until further notice.
Right.
At this point, I mean,
It's probably more, other than you walking through tall grass.
right,
Mhm.
right,
Yeah.
and I get up there and tractor's not at my house, but I can get up there and mow. I get the tractor from the road to the, I could do what I could in the water.
Hmm.
I've got a couple signs that I wanted to put out there that I haven't just haven't made. Do it, I haven't made it out there to do the extra blazing that I wanted to do, and I'm not gonna be available until.
Be able to take my little mower out there. Do you think a little regular push mower could handle? Do you think it's too overgrown?
At this point, it's probably.
Okay.
Yeah. Dave, when Dave gets back, Dave's down in Maryland, he gets back from Maryland, he was gonna take a weed whacker out there and do some of the wetter areas that I couldn't get with the tractor. I'll see if I can grab the tractor. I think, I just don't know if I have a trailer for it right now, because the tractor's at my brother-in-law's, and my brother-in-law's trailer has got wood in it at somebody else's.
What size trailer do you need? Like, is it something nice?
Beefy, something pretty
Oh,
beefy.
more like a car hauler truck.
Yeah,
Trailer.
yeah. Yeah, it'd be a long drive on the road. He's in North London, but I can look into that. I might be able to do it. Let's see, Wednesday. Today's Tuesday.
Tuesday. Wait, yeah, tomorrow's Wednesday.
I mean. Chad's got a pretty big trailer.
Yeah. Trying to remember.
14-foot
Single axle or no?
double.
Rugged ramp?
What's that?
What's the ramp?
It's just kind of like a. Well, like a lawnmower type.
Kenny's got one. Get. The only thing I can do is big Friday. Mowing Friday.
Maybe you should, if you're gonna do that, maybe shoot Tom Ogier an email, just let him know you're gonna do it.
Okay.
Cause I
Right.
think he's okay with that. I thought we talked
I
about
think he
that
said,
last
yeah,
year.
that's fine.
but
If it's not done, just do it, yeah. I will.
I wouldn't think that
I've got
cares,
his,
but
I've got his
just,
phone number, I think.
you should have his email too, cause I've copied
should
you on
have
some
that,
emails too. Yeah. Like I said, I won't, I'll be out starting this Friday, until pretty much the first. I'll be back for the first, so. I can't do anything out there. I can try to write up something similar to what we did previously about the trails. But I don't have any more, I don't have anything else to say.
It's okay if we,
Can skip this month.
yeah, it's okay if we take a pass.
It's every month or it's
Every
every, okay.
I think the last one that went out though said it was closed.
Well, it said we're working on doing
We
this.
can always.
I mean,
say
you
that.
can-
I remember talking
more
to Peter,
information.
Cranky.
You could do something short, I mean, just a short thing, if you think,
That might,
Let me see if I can do something.
like then, this summer,
Yeah, I'll
It
put
will-
something in.
The trail's available for limited.
yeah,
In a limited
available,
capacity
yeah.
or.
this summer, yeah.
I'll put something.
available and wet.
Bring your good food.
Bring your rubber boots.
Yeah.
Fair.
If it comes out on the first, maybe around.
Yeah, it
then,
comes
I'll
out
be
the
able
first.
to Get some signs out and do some blazing that week.
Right.
Yeah, it comes out at first,
There's a buffer.
and people will find out, in a minute, right?
Oh, no. At least it's there. Oh, did we close
All
the
right,
meeting?
so meeting
Uh,
8:30 adjourned.
The meeting is now over, Dennis?
Next meeting is July 1st.
Yes.
Great. Yeah, I'm glad we did that. I'll bring this next time. Yeah. Just I wish I could spell. I just don't know how. Never taught. I was raised in Florida.
Put
All right, it's gonna be a really short minute. Just to say, we reviewed the application.
Sounds good.
Yeah, we, draft
Yeah, that's
answers.
the important stuff.
What percentage done is the application at this point?
Oh,
Question
probably.
mark.
Yeah,
It's due September.
because the next few questions are pretty simple after that.
They don't
I think I need to find like